I'm going to make some pan-fried Mediterranean style skate wings. Now I've got my skate here. This is for, the recipe's for two people. So I've got a skate wing here. There's another one in the fridge. I'm just showing you this. I'm drying it out, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to coat that in flour. So I'm drying it first on kitchen paper. I've got some flour which I've seasoned with salt and pepper, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to lightly pan fry that in butter and oil, and we are going to use a Mediterranean style influence, like a ratatouille type style. So I've actually got 10 or 12 cherry tomatoes which I've cut the tops off and squeezed the seeds out. I've got a bell pepper and I've got a shallot. With that I'm going to make some, add some capers, a splash of red wine vinegar. We're going to evaporate that all off, and then we're going to serve it with wedges of lemon. So the first thing you want to do is get your skate wing. This is enough to do two. I'm only showing you one. Mix the flour around with the salt and pepper so it's all evenly distributed. Press your skate wing into the flour. Keep turning it over, pressing it. When we go to fry this in the butter and the oil, the flour will make a nice golden colour when we come to fry this. So the first thing we're going to do in a fairly decent sized frying pan is make our ratatouille style vegetables. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a splash of oil. This is olive oil. I'm not using the virgin olive oil, just the second or third pressed stuff. A little splash of that. Then I'm going to add a pinch of chili flake, just to season the oil up. I don't want this too hot, just to add a little bit of flavour. The oil is starting to warm now. It's almost time to start throwing our vegetables in. So the first thing I'm going to add are my cherry tomatoes. Now I've squished these so all the seeds have come out. Then I'm going to add in my bell pepper, red bell pepper. I just want these to soften a little, get a little bit of colour on them, and then we'll add the shallot. Now I'm going to throw in the capers. And I'm going to throw in the shallots. And then add a tablespoon of red wine vinegar. stand back when you're doing that because it really does come up fast. And what we're going to do, we're going to take this off the hob, we're going to set it aside, keep it warm, because that's what we're going to be using as a bed to serve our fish on. Get yourself a knob of butter. Once the pan's come back to heat, put it in there, give it a swirl around. Now the butter will burn very quickly, so what you want to do is add a splash of oil to stop the butter burning. And mixed around. As soon as that starts to foam, next part is to pat off your skate. Any sort of flour on the skate, just pat it off like you're doing. So that excess will just burn. You only want a nice covering on the skate. And then when you're ready, add the skate to the pan, dropping it in away from you so nothing splashes back on you. Now we're going to cook this for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. If your fish starts to curl up, use your fingers to hold it down. But be aware that the pan is very hot now. Okay. This is because the muscle's contracting. All you're doing is actually pushing that down into the oil. And what will happen is the muscle will stop contracting soon and it will stop curling up. Now I've just turned this over. There's a lovely golden colour on the flour, which is what we want. It's cooking away nicely. Another few minutes, we're ready to plate up. Now while we're doing that, what we want to do is we are making some crushed olive oil mashed potato. So all we want to do is just get our potatoes, crush them up lightly, add some salt and pepper, and a little splash of virgin olive oil now, because this is all cooked. Not too much because you don't want it too greasy. And just continue to mash your potatoes. This is just a rustic charm dish. Take your plate. So you mash on the plate. Take your hot pepper, a little bit. Leave some to the top. Make a little bed of the peppers. Just have a quick check that your skate is now cooked. It is. The presentation side is always going to be the best side. Put that on the side. Spoon your red pepper over the top, and capers. You can use a little of the pan butter. You don't want too much because it'll be greasy. just to add a little bit to the side of the fish. And we'll do the chefy bit and wipe any marks from the side of the plate. And there we have our skate with red peppers and olive oil fork mashed potato.